Hello guys, welcome back to STEM Trainers. Now in the previous video, we have seen the trigonometric modeling questions. That is these equivalent forms of writing a cos theta plus b sin theta. And we have taken two examples and we have seen that even one problem can be written in terms of multiple one angle equivalent forms. So, and we So how to draw the graph, what are the transformations required for the graph, and we have also seen how to write the turning points. Okay, so now today we are going to see mostly exam style questions, and these questions are very important and a little difficult. So pay full attention. Okay, so first thing is, let's see a question. Find the maximum values that each expression can take and the smallest value of x in degrees for which this occurs. Now, this part they can ask directly also, like I have asked, or this will be part of a trigonometric modeling question. Okay, so just letting you know. Okay, so let's first see. So our first expression is y equal to 24 sin x minus 7 cos x. Now, the first problem that students will face, I know most of you will face, is see in the previous video, we have seen questions in which they will specify you, okay, write in this form sine of x plus alpha and write in this form r cos of x minus alpha. But now what is happening is, when you are doing trigonometric modeling questions, most of the times they won't specify. Like for example, this, they are not specifying that you have to write in this expression into which form. So now you have to think. Okay, so this is how I think. I will tell you the process and then you can also think about it. So let me first write the formula. Sin a plus minus b is sin a cos b and plus minus cos a sin b. And my cos formula is cos of a plus minus b is cos a cos b. It's always opposite sign, so plus is minus plus sin a sin b. Okay, so now I know that this expression will be changed into one of these four expressions. So now how I think is, I always look for angle A. Okay, so now you can see there is a minus sign and my first angle is sin x. So that's a shortcut way of thinking. So what I will do is I will look for minus sign in between. So I will, for now, let's forget this plus one. So forget this plus, and forget this plus. So I will look for minus sign in between. And second thing I will look for is first value should be sin x. That is, first value should be sin a. So that is my logic here. Now, if you understand this, because I need sine of x minus or cos of x minus or cos of x plus. So I always look for a value. So first value is sin x. So I have to look for a formula which contains first term as sin a. So that will be my equivalent form. That's the best way. I mean, obviously, we can convert this into other equivalent forms also that we have already discussed. So that is the best way to see this. So now I will convert this into r times sine of x minus alpha. I hope everyone understands this. I will tell you once again. First, I have seen that it's a minus sign, so I will forget the plus. So I will only look for minus sign. So I have two formulas. Either I can use sin a minus b or I can use cos a plus b. Now, next thing that I see is my first value is, first term is first sin x. So I will look for sin a. If it was cos x, then I will look for cos a. That's the only shortcut. And this will get you through all the questions. It doesn't matter what the question is. Okay, so let's try this question now. Okay, so I have converted this. So what we do after this is we simplify this little bit and compare coefficients. So 24 sin x minus 7 cos x is equal to, we multiply this, right? So this will become r sin x cos alpha minus r cos x sine alpha. And then in the next step, we will compare coefficients. So from this, I can say my r cos alpha value is nothing but 24. And what is cosx coefficient? That is r sine alpha is equal to 7. Then I will find r and alpha. And how do I find r and alpha? Square and add. Because squaring and adding will give me value of r. So r square cos square alpha, we have discussed this. R square sine square alpha equals, so I will do this, I will skip one step because we have already done this in the previous video. So this will come out to be r square. So basically r square is coming out to be 625. So my r value is coming out to be 25. Okay. So now I have r value. So how do I find alpha? So what I do is we divide them. So let's divide them. So I will get tan alpha equals to sine by cos. So that is 7 over 24. So my alpha value is coming out to be tan inverse of 7 over 24. So which is giving me 16.3 degrees approximately. Okay, so now I have r and I have alpha. So now I can say that 64 sin x minus 7 cos x is equal to r, that is 25 times sine of x minus 16.3 degrees. Okay. So now they are asking for maximum value of this expression. So what's the maximum value of this? Now we can see this is a sine term. So obviously sine can have maximum value of 1. So this value y, so maximum value of y is nothing but 25. If they ask for minimum value, that will be minus 25 because this is sine. So minimum value of sine is, doesn't matter what the angle is because we are taking all the angles. So it will be minus 25. Okay. That's one question. Second part they are asking is find the value of x, that is smallest positive value of x for which this occurs. Okay, so we know that if we draw a simple sine curve, we know this, that sine is maximum, the smallest positive value is 90 degrees. Because after that, of course, it will again come as 1, but we need the smallest positive value. So that is 90 degrees. So I can say that is my x minus 16.3 degrees should be equal to 90 degrees. So I am getting my x value as from this 106.3 degrees. So this is my smallest positive value of x. So smallest positive value of x for which we will have maximum value of 25. So this is how we will attempt this question. I hope everyone understands this. Okay, so there are two parts. One is finding maximum value and second is smallest positive value. Okay, now similarly, let's try the second one. Now this is also interesting one. So now for this, what I will do is I will erase this. So I hope everyone has noted this. Okay, in case you haven't, you can always go back. Okay. So now let's do the B part. What is in the B part? Now we have is 5 sine 3x plus cos 3x. Okay. So y equals 5 sine 3x plus cos 3x. Now again, whenever we encounter this and nothing is written, which equivalent form we have to write, again we will be little confused. So what I will do is I will first write all the formulas. So this is my sine A cos B plus and minus, plus and minus, minus and plus, plus and minus. Okay, so these are my 4 formulas. So first thing that you can see is there is a plus sign. So I will forget about these negative ones. Okay, so this is the way to eliminate. So negative comes from this positive and this negative. So now I have these two formulas. Second thing I will notice is my first term is sine 3x. So where is sine a? Because my formula is going to be sine of x minus alpha. So that's why I always look for sine a. So I have sine a in this. So that's why I will use the first formula. So this will be equal to r times sine of, now be careful in this. Now you have angle as 3x. So we will write here 3x only. 3x plus alpha. Okay, be careful in this. Now again we will move forward with the same procedure. So this is equal to, let me do it little fast. So this will be r sine of 3x cos of alpha plus r times cos of 3x into sine of alpha. Now I have expanded this formula. Now I will compare. So by comparing, what I will get? Sine 3x coefficient is 5. So r cos alpha is nothing but 5. And my r sine alpha is coming out to be 1. So from this, I will square and add. So I think now everyone remembers this. So I will do this. I will skip 1 or 2 steps in this. So r square is this. So my r is, it's same process, square root of 26. Second thing is finding alpha. So we will divide them. So tan alpha is sine alpha over cos alpha, which is 1 over 5 from these two. So alpha will be tan inverse 1 over 5, which will give me alpha as 11.3 degrees. So my y value is nothing but, I can write my y, this y, the expression as r, that is square root of 26 into sine of 3x plus 11.3 degrees. Okay, next they are asking find the maximum value. Obviously y maximum value will be square root of 26 when this sine value is 1. Next thing they are asking when. So we have also done this. So sine value is 1 for the smallest positive value angle is when this angle is 90 degrees. So I will say when 3x plus 11.3 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. So my x value is coming out to be 26.2 degrees. So that is my answer. So this is the smallest positive value of x for which y is maximum. I hope everyone understands these two questions. These are very important because these will be frequently used in trigonometric modeling questions. Okay, let's move forward. Now second question. Now what happens is these equivalent forms are sometimes used to solve the trigonometric equation that we have already done. So we will see if a sine theta plus b cos theta plus some constant equal to 0, an equation of this type is given. So how to solve this? Okay, so we have to find x in the interval 0 to 2 pi, giving answers up to 2 decimal. So first thing is we will write this in equivalent form. So again, okay, now you can again see this is 5 sin x minus 8 cos x. So first term is sin x and there is a negative sign. Now if you look at this, if I write plus minus, okay, first term is sin x and there should be a minus sign. When there is a minus sign, so you can ignore this plus sign, and if you ignore this plus sign, so you will have something like this. Now the next thing is the first value is sin x. So I will look for sin a. Where is sin a in first term? This. So we will use the first formula, that is sine of a minus b. So this is how I find it very fast. Now the other method is you try couple of things, couple of expressions, and then if it doesn't come out, then you try another one. So that's a very lengthy method. So I prefer this one. Okay, so what I will do is, so I will assume first that 5 sin x minus 8 cos x is equal to r times sine of x minus alpha. Correct? I think I have given enough explanation why it is sine x minus alpha. Okay. So now let's find r and alpha from this. So this is equal to r times, when we multiply this, we get sine x cos alpha minus r times cos x sine alpha. Now this will be important question. So please pay attention. Okay. So now I will find r and alpha. That is easy, I think, for everyone. So r cos alpha is equal to 5. And what is cos x coefficient? R sine alpha. So r sine alpha is 8. So very quickly we can find r and alpha from this. Let's divide this to get tan alpha. So tan alpha will be equal to 8 over 5. So this will give me my alpha as 1.0122. And how do I find r? Square and add. So square and add. The explanations I have given in the previous videos. So r will be equal to, so this is 64, 25, okay, 89. So square root of 89. So now I have r, I have alpha. Okay, now the next thing. So our equation originally was 5 sin x minus 8 cos x plus 7 equal to 0. Now this equation will change to, now this equation will become r is square root of 89 sine of x minus 1.0122 plus 7 equal to 0. Now this is the important step. So instead of solving with 5 sin x minus 8 cos x plus 7 equal to 0, we will first write this in equivalent form and then we will try to solve. Now why is that? Is because when we write in equivalent form, now we have only one trigonometric ratio. And before we had 2 sin x and cos x. So it's little difficult to solve. Okay, so let's first find sine of x minus 1.0122 value. What is this value? This is minus 7 over square root of 89. Okay, so now this is my trigonometric equation. So now I have to solve this. Now we have already discussed this in trigonometric equations video. If you haven't checked that out, please check that out, because we are not going into much detail here. Okay, so what we do is we solve this by substitution, right? So we will take x minus 1.0122 as some value, let's say t. So my equation becomes sine of t equals minus 7 over square root of 89, because that makes it little easy to think. And second thing, the most important thing, don't forget this. Now we have made a substitution. So it means my interval will also change. Now this interval 0 to 2 pi is the interval for x, and we have to find the interval for t now. So x is 0 to 2 pi. So what is my t? So I think everyone knows this. Just subtract minus this. So the t will become greater than equal to minus 1.0122 and less than 2 pi minus this value. So 2 times pi minus 1.0122. So this will give me approximately 5.27. Okay, so this is my range of t now. So let's first solve this to get t. So sin t equal to this, when we will use a calculator, our t value will come out to be minus 0.8360. Okay, so sin t equal to this. So t is equal to sine inverse of negative 7 over square root of 81. So t will come out to be this value. And we have already discussed this in the trigonometric equation. I am repeating this again and again. So I will not be explaining this. So next value we find for sine, we know theta and pi minus theta are same. We discussed this also. Theta and pi minus theta are same. So one answer is this. The next answer is pi minus this value. So pi minus of minus 0.8360. And the next values we find by adding 2 pi. And there is no point of adding 2 pi. If we add 2 pi in this, then this will be greater than 5.27. So these are my only two answers. So t is coming out to be minus 0.836 and my second answer is 3.9776. I hope everyone understands this. So if you again add pi, it will be greater than, if you again add 2 pi, it will be greater than 5.27. So we are not looking for that value. So these two are the answers. Now these are the values of t. So x minus 1.0122 is equal to minus 0.836. So my x value will come out to be 0.18. That's my one answer. Second answer is x minus 1.0122 should be equal to 3.9776. So x will come out to be 4.99. So this is my second answer. So these are my final answers. So this is how you can solve trigonometric equation questions. These questions are very important and I have seen that students make a lot of mistakes in this. So be careful. So I will repeat this again. First you will convert 5 sin x minus 8 cos x into equivalent form. That will come out to be square root of 89 into sine of x minus 1.0122. Then you substitute this in the original trigonometric equation. So we will get this. And then we will write sine of x minus 1.0122 equal to whatever value it comes. Now we have seen that it's not x, it's x minus something. So first you can substitute. So let's take x minus 1.0122 to be t. Now why we are doing this? See, obviously you can solve this question without doing this substitution also. But why we are doing this is because sometimes what happens is you might skip some answers. If you directly try to solve, then you might in some question skip some answer. So that's why we do first substitution, because in substitution it makes very clear how many answers we have to take, because we know there are infinite answers. Okay, so after that we find the values of t. We got two values and then we substitute back the values of t to get the values of x. So this is how we use this equivalent forms. Okay, thanks for watching.